Finding extra time, the 6-step process. Trying to start eating healthy and going to the gym is a lot harder than it sounds. Life creeps up behind us and gets out of control. Finding extra time is difficult. How do you balance work, school, a social life, activities, hobbies, and 8 hours of sleep? First of all, stop trying to be perfect. The imperfect routine that you stick with is better than the perfect routine that you can't stick with. Here's how to start coming up with a routine that actually works. 1. Understand your goals. The first step is to actually define your target. If you don't know what you're aiming at, how will you ever land on your target? Do you want to lose a couple inches off of your waist? Or do you want to get shredded? Or do you want to gain some muscle? Do you want to read more? Do you want to meditate more? Knowing the answer to this will help you to better understand what it's going to take. Figuring this out seems simple, but a large percentage of the people who fail don't even make it this far. Sit down and really think about what it is that you really want. Write it down, visualize it, obsess over it. 2. What will it take? Now that you know what you want, what's it going to take? What activities do you need to incorporate? For example, if your goal is fat loss, you need some cardio and some weightlifting. Don't obsess over how often you need to do these things at this point. After determining the activities that you're going to start with, which will be open for adjustment along the way, you can move on to the next step. 3. Understand your routine. Next, you want to lay out your schedule. Make it visual. Lay out your week on a weekly planner. Shade in the blocks of time that are taken and see what it looks like. Once you have this all laid out visually, it's much easier to identify gaps and plan around them. This is an essential step to finding extra time. Where are the gaps that could be used to squeeze in your new activities down the road? What could you potentially sacrifice to make your goal a reality? What could you rearrange to open up a bigger space? 4. Creating gaps. If you're lucky, you'll identify gaps in your schedule that are glaring. However, odds are you'll only see small gaps that are too small to actually plan anything in. If this is the case, you may have to rearrange your schedule. One way to do this is by analyzing your inefficiencies. Sometimes finding extra time requires that you sacrifice the way you've gotten used to doing things. For example, think about your morning routine. What time do you have to be at work or school? How long does it take you to get there? If you left earlier, would the commute be shorter? If yes, then you've identified a potential gap. For me personally, leaving earlier meant that I saved 30 minutes in my commute. But who wants to be at work 2 hours before anyone else? It seems like the perfect time to go to the gym. This is one example of many that you can implement in your own life. 5. Fill the gaps. In my case, identifying gaps by rearranging my schedule was key. The more efficient I get, the better I feel. Otherwise, it just feels like I'm wasting precious time. Maybe you don't do well with morning workouts. In this case, you may have to get away at lunch hour for a quick but intense workout. If you don't have any activities planned, going in after work can be a solution as well. If you can't pull off a workout 4, 5, or 6 days a week, then go in for 3. Start somewhere. 6. Ramp up slowly. If you've laid out an ideal schedule and it's in line with your goals, then you're halfway there. With this plan, you can slowly start to transition. Don't start everything immediately. Feel out this schedule slowly. Implement one day from your new schedule just to start off. Get an idea for what it's going to take. Once you master 1 day every week, move to 4 and then to 7. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to hear or read more, visit www.banafit.com. That's www.banafit.com. Thanks.